The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum. And Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Ivica Zubac, Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point guard.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Man. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now here's Durant. Harden missing his last shot. And he gets it to go.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Now here's Jackson. To the paint. Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Here is Harden. Durant at the elbow. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Well, those jumpers, they might as well be layups for Kevin Durant. That's his comfort zone.
Irving against Jackson. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Shots good by Kennard.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
The pass to Irving. Lots of room. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Morris passes to Kennard. It's rebounded by Durant.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Here's Jordan. That shot off the mark. Good work defensively by Morris. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Sinks that one from the post.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Outside Irving. Over Kennard. And that one's good, Irving.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And here's Jackson. And Irving pulls it down. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for James Harden. And that one falls for Irving.
Well, Uncle Drew will go out there and do his thing, won't he? Kyrie Irving, an exceptional player. And in fact, if you ask other NBA players, he's one of their favorite to watch.
Cousins finds George. They need this. And that's 2 points on the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Irving dishes to Griffin. On the wing, Irving. He has 5. On the wing, Harris. 5 on the clock. Shoots from 14, and he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Rondo kicks to Batum. The rebound by the Nets.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And here's Harris from the arc. Here's the three. They get it back. Pass to Green. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. High arcing shot, and there's the nice layup by Irving. Irving's got 9.
An effective guard in the NBA has got to have the floater at his disposal. Go to work, Kyrie Irving. We see you, sir.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. Naturally a ball-dominant player, James Harden talked about
that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
They've got Joe Harris. Griffin is out there with Green. Then there's Irving. And it's Brown in at the 2 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Harris, good.
And this is what we call a sniper from the outside. Joe Harris, a knockdown shooter.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Outside for Batum. Inside. Outside Leonard. Lets the 3 fly. And that one is off. The Nets go the other way with it. Left side Harris. Clippers trail by 6. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Irving. The net shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Knocked loose. Stolen by George. Beverly with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Jackson passes to Zubats. Right side Leonard. With some arc. Got a piece of it. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Leonard kicks to Kanawha. Back to Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Durant with the steal. It's Harden with the drive.
As crafty as they come.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And both free throws good for James Harden. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018?
And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Outside, KD. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by George.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
George against Harden.
And something that Harden continues to work on. That kind of defensive effort makes his coaches and teammates proud.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brown. George with the ball. He's picked up by KD. And Durant comes to help. Releases. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Passes it to Jordan. Durant kicks to Harden. And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from George. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. The pass to Durant. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. 11 feet away, and that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Harden can't hit. For Los Angeles, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
It seemed to me they were shying away from a foul there. The D still has to be a little bit more physical than that. He's got to feel you.
It's Harden with the drive. It up, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He had 9 points and 1 rebound. And that.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game it's been so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half.
absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. Durant feeling it out a bit. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Man, defended by Durant. Man passes to Cousins. For the lead, he dishes it to Morris. Tries again, the shake. And Cousins with the lay-in. Cousins has got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Clippers. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pass to KD. And the layup's good off the glass. Durant's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Boy, what a pretty move. And that's Kevin Durant's forte, right? This guy can find scoring opportunities anywhere.
Jackson passes to Kennard. To the inside. Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan. Not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Pass to Batum. 3 on the clock. Off target with the open look.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Paul George in for Rajon Rondo. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Beverly feeling it out a bit. He kicks it to Leonard. And the bank shot is good. Leonard's got 6.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
Harden outside. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Wow, hammering it in!
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And George, here we go. It's good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Brown. That free throw good from George.
To think that at one point after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Just a terrific all-around scoring effort from him. I mean, it's because of that they're even in this game.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. George with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. And the dunk by Zubac.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Now here's Harden. Harris outside. Irving passes to Claxton. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
Leonard looking over the floor. Count it. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Harris. He's out there with Kyrie Irving. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. So that's the Nets 5.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Outside Jackson. Great D that time from Irving. The Nets shooting well. 50% from the floor. Over Jackson. And it's Durant missing. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Great D that time from Jordan. The Nets on offense. And here's Harris from the arc. Rondo with the rebound. The Clippers shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. Here's Kennard. No good off the front iron. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, drop the hammer, KD. How confident is this guy at the cup?
The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Jackson kicks to Rondo. Jackson down low, covered by Irving, shoots from 12. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one.
And what a resilient finish from Jackson there inside. I love how he just refuses to back down.
Irving with the bounce pass. Nets passing it around. Zubac against KD. 6 on the shot clock. Passes to Jordan. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Rondo scanning the floor. Jackson passes to Zubac and stolen by Jordan. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
James Harden. He's checked in for the Nets. That one misses. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
KD against Batum. It's Durant with the drive. That one falls. Durant's got 6 in the quarter.
Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
Harden against George. Here's Beverly. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Leonard. And there's the feed to Jordan. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Harden against Beverly. Here is Harden. Feeds to Durant. Lee pass was put in just the right spot. Durant's got 10 points here in the second half.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
The shot by George, wide open, and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth. Harden bounce pass. Here's KD. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Now, Kennard. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Harris outside. There's the pass to Harden. This one for 3. No good that time. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We bring you tonight into... And before we...
Well, guys, I'm very...
You've certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. And for Portland, tearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Harden. In the corner, Irving with it. Fires, high post. That one a little long.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Here's Covington. Pass to Powell. Flies it from 19. And he hits the jumper for 2. Some of the best in the game go at it here tonight, Chris. What an incredible guard matchup we have here in this one.
Oh, Kevin, there are some all-time greats playing at the guard spots these days. It will be a fun matchup to watch.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Irving finds Jordan, and here is KD. Just 5 to shoot. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
It's very rare to have a player that has the size of Durant, also have the ability to float one over the defender. I mean, just simply amazing.
Now here's Lillard. Takes a 3. They grab their own miss. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Stolen by McCollum. Nurkic up top. Back to McCollum for the 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Here's Lillard following the bucket by the Nets. It's McCollum on the wing. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass to the tip in.
Irving passes to Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And see, well, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Cantor checked in for Portland. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Lillard with no one around. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Green finds Durant. 1:56 left to play here in the first.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
The Nets with the lead. On its way from Irving for 2. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Lillard against Harden. It's good on the putback.
Now, that's the staple of Cantor's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Lillard against Harden. Here's Green. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Lillard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Hollis-Jefferson passes to Powell. Great D that time from Green.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Durant kicks to Irving. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Good on the three-point shot.
And sometimes McCollum is automatic from there. You can't give him this shot if you're the D.
Now Harden. Let's keep it alive. Green dishes to Harden. Back to Green. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets out in front. They're up by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, we've got C.J. McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Out of hand on it, and they get it back. Out to Harris. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Griffin. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Nurkic checked in for Portland. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
The 3 from McCollum. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Brown kicks to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Brooklyn.
Oh, look, what a confident shooter Irving is. He looks so calm and collective whenever he rises and fires like this.
Here's McCollum. Nice D from Griffin.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami, Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. Yeah, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. McCollum from deep 3-point land. Portland no good that time either. Nets leading by 5. Here's Irving. Nurkic with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Nurkic makes on the defensive end. Effective at reaching out and stifling shooters.
Lets it go from deep. Portland again missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Irving kicks to Brown. Shot from 12. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Cullen passes to Anthony. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Irving. Portland grabs the miss.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
McCollum outside. 3-pointer. Sinks the triple. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
He's taken 5 shots this quarter and only hit 1. I mean, you got to say, ouch.
Stolen away. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Simons has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Griffin finds Harris. 1:27 left here in the second. Outside for Griffin. To halt the run. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 1 of 6 from 3-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let them fly. Cullen passes to Nurkic. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Harris outside. Pass to Claxton. Brown feeling out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. Harris kicks to Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
I admire the confidence of Irving, always on the attack, superb at penetrating towards the rim.
Here's Simons. Misses the 3. Brooklyn trailing. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Irving can't hit. The Trailblazers shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Anthony, no one around. That 3 off the mark. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris has got the ball. And slam dunk by Harris.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And the first half comes to a close. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor. And
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the point. Here's Jordan. Durant trying to break free. The shot by Jordan, no good. Down low, here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Now, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from campus. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Here's Irving. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Nice little floater there. When you're Irving's size, it's an important shot to have in your arsenal.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And Lillard gets it to go. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Durant. And Cantor pulls it down.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Back to Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. No good off the back of the rim.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
A floater. Harden. That's good.
One of the best finishers inside, period. I mean, there's nowhere on the floor Harden can't score from.
Lillard against Harden. Lillard, right side, to the middle. Covington. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Harris's shot is good.
He's terrific at finding an open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Harden.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Covington passes to Powell. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Powell's got 7 points.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here is Harden. Outside, KD. Offensive rebound, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 1.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Three-pointer, Lillard, Covington, and Covington stays with it.
Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
Harden surveying the D. Here's KD. And Covington sends it back. Second chance shot, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call, Portland the foul. The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Derek Jones comes in for Anthony. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Jeff Green is checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Irving. Here's KD. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Here's Simons, and it's blocked by Jordan.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Here's Nurkic, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. The third quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 4. And well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Nets leading by 4. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's Harden slamming it down.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Cullen passes to Simons. And the pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Griffin with the steal. And here again, the Nets in transition. Up the court they go. The shot by KD. No good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 6-point game. Here's Covington. Makes it off the glass.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you just want to keep fighting. You do your best, and you live with the results.
Pass to Green. The Nets working the ball around now. Back to Harden. 5 to shoot. And the jam by Harden.
He's a point guard. I mean, the point guard's command in the pick and roll. Harden, he always reads it perfectly.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Outside, Covington. From deep. Here's Nurkic. Another shot. Pass to Simons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. The first free throw is good. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. Then for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Harden with it. Irving kicks to Harden. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Harden's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets. Here's Simons. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Powell, the pass to Simons. There's the three. The shot by Powell, no good.
Look, I know he wants to get him back into this, but that's not the way to do it. They need smart shots, not heaves.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Passes it to Irving. Portland grabs the miss. Covington's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. McCollum kicks to Powell. Launches a 3. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from McCollum.
Love the poise of McCollum. He looks comfortable shooting in crucial moments of the game.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Harden finds Green. Kicks it out to Harden. And Covington sends it back. To the inside. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Looking to get it going. The pass to Powell. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. Back to Powell. Over Harris. The shot by Powell, no good. Nets leading by 3. Here's Irving. It's in!
Look at how assured Irving is. When the game is on the line, he demands the rock.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. McCollum, no good. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Inside, they kick it out to Green. Takes the 3. Portland grabs the miss. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Portland, no good that time either. Harris looking it over. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Harden. And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good from long range. And now an 8-point Nets lead.
And not everyone remembers. Harden was a good passer in college. But he's refined his game, and now he's become one of the league's best.
Trifecta!
And Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Passes it to Green. Jordan high post on the wing. Harris. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A narrow win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Chris. It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more. Now it's it.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's George in at the 2 guard. Now here's Beverley. Shot clock at 6. Zubac trying to break loose. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Now, here is Morris. After the miss from Damian Lillard, here's George. Beverley dishes to Leonard. Count it from 12.
I just feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Now, here's Lillard. Covington passes to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. From past the arc, and it's Damian Lillard with the 3.
Now there's another way Lillard can beat you off the ball. Great timing on the catch and shoot.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. Pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control even at full speed.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Well, they can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
George against McCollum. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. He kicks to Powell. Corner shot. That shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
George finds Beverly. Back to George. Pass to Beverly. Now Zubac. Lays it up and banks it in.
Now, this is something that you really want Pat Beverly to improve upon when he's distributing the ball. He's making everybody better.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Lillard against Beverly. Pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Now the pass to Leonard. .43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Great D that time from Nurkic. And here's McCollum for three. Jacks up a three. The Clippers grab the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. 17 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Kennard against Jones. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. That will count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. Passes to Kennard. Pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. Nifty move. The shot off that time. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They push it up 4 on 3. Anthony kicks to Jones. Back to Anthony. There's the feed to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Here's Oturu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Cousins, and he uses the glass on the layup.
There's a lot of great things to say about DeMarcus Cousins' offensive game, but I know defenders fear the most when he's down low and picks an angle to attack you like that in the paint.
Now, here's Lillard. They trail by 3. Outside, Jones. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Low block shot. And Kanter pulls it down. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Millard against Jackson. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Back to Kennard. Good work defensively by Jones.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Jackson passes to Mann. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Oturu. Clippers moving the ball around. The wide open look here for Anthony. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The coachable kid, Cantor uses that little up fake, causes the defender to overreact.
You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of...
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Paul George dunk contest, maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Beverly against McCollum. Left side, Covington. He dishes it to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Now McCollum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Cantor. Leonard brings the double team. Cantor kicks to Covington. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball. Count that one. And it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
How about the handles of a guy like Paul George at his size being able to rip around and has total confidence in his ability to score.
A 3 from McCollum. Portland no good that time either. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. The shot by George, no good. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Anthony, the pass to Covington. Anthony against Beverly. Anthony dishes to McCollum. Portland no good that time either.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, and for the Clippers, and that should...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Powell. Tries it from 9. Count it, good. Leonard's got 6. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Count that bucket.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Beverly finds George. Now, here's Zubac. Morris right side. Outside for George. And there's the pass to Zubac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Clippers get another chance here. George passes to Zubac. Moves back up. Shoots over Covington. Zubac no good.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Outside Leonard. Zubac in the post. Covington's there. Leonard with the ball. Now Covington defending. Passes it to Beverly. The Clippers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Here's Zubac. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. McCollum outside. And the basket is good.
Simply, there are nights where he becomes a scoring machine, outside, inside. It doesn't matter. You have to keep a body on the column at all times.
Lillard against Beverly. Kicks it to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Leonard inside. Guarded by Powell. Morris, no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable. And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
And here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. It's deflected.
That's good footwork from the big man. As Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Powell finds Jones. Here's Cantor. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Doesn't go that time. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Jackson passes to Cousins. And Jones sends it back. Anthony taking his time here. Pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable. You take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Kennard's got 5.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. Clippers lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Clippers leading by 3. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got Norman Powell, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point. It's tipped. Back to Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. A nice shot by Simons.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now, here's Kennard. And the pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. He kicks it to Batum. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Los Angeles. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Not everything fell for them in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Jackson dishes to Batum. The shot comes out, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Gee, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Batum. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. For the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony is subbed in for Robert Covington. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
All right, thank you, David. Chalk up 2 there.
It's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
Lillard against Cousins. Count that one. Lillard's got the lead back up to 4 now for Portland.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
George against McCollum. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. Portland with the ball. A great 4th quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Up again. And Kanter able to finish. Kanter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Clippers call time here. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Out to Morris from the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Morris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Lillard. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Tries it from the top of the key, and it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Portland also making some changes. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Derek Jones. Clock at 6. Feeds it to Leonard. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And so he hits the technical free throw.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Lillard with no one around. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. Portland trailing here. Lillard with it. Down low. Cantor finds McCollum. Back to Cantor. McCollum outside. Fires from deep. Portland no good that time either. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Leonard the pass to Morris. Powell pulls it in. And here are the Trailblazers. They trail by 1.
It counts. Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Now George. And he elevates and then the slam. Cantor did not like that.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And here's McCollum.
Count it! Oh, man, the DNA test comes back, and there is a clutch gene. McCollum with the confidence to deliver.
Now here's Leonard. It falls!
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Here's McCollum. It's good!
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space, and CJ cashes in.
Los Angeles calls timeout. What do you think, guys?
And they have just enough time for a catch and shoot here. It has to be an immediate shot, though. That's their only hope.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps. Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Irving's shot is good. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Shot clock at 5. Jackson finds George, and it's off from three-point range. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. And that one's good, Irving.
You know, I like Irving's creativity, but also his discipline offensively. He'll take whatever's available.
George passes to Morris, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
Look at me.
George against Irving.
Excellent coverage from Durant, able to guard multiple positions due to his size, athleticism, and length.
Harden, no good.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here is Harden. Back to Durant. Out to Harris. Fires for 3. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
You know, like a lot of shooters, Harris prefers to release off a pass, catch and shoot, not the dribble.
Zubac finds George. Back to Zubac. Irving against George. Jackson has the open look. And again, no good by the Clippers.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Jackson passes to Morris. Zubac. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Harden. And the shot goes down.
So fun watching Harden operate inside near the rim. I mean, his confidence level is high, and he does a really good job getting ideal position.
George against Irving. George passes to Zubac. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. Nets leading by 6. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Irving. And that one comes up a bit short.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Opponents are physical with Kawhi just about every game, but as forceful a player as he is, he just doesn't seem to mind one bit.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
Incredible control on that floater. Harden is fantastic at putting just the right amount of touch on these very difficult and delicate shots.
Now, here's Kennard. There's the pass to Leonard. The shot from the low post is good. Leonard's got 5 now.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Here's Harden. And no good that time. Nice D from Cousins. Steps back and shoots. Rebounded by the Nets. To the paint. Here's Harden. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. He's got 6.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Textbook. Nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. Harden against Beverly. Griffin. The putback is no good. Batum scanning the floor. Hangs. He takes it up and lays it in.
Long and live. Batum gliding to the rim. A thing of beauty.
A shot by Harden, wide open, and still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward. Kennard against Brown. Shots good by Kennard.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Brown. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will say Gary Payton. I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Irving against Beverly. Pass to Mann. 5 on the clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And also like the attack off the bounce. I mean, they're taking the initiative here in terms of getting into the lane and forcing the defense to collapse.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Irving way outside. The shot that time not on target. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Morris into the lane. That gives them the lead. Morris has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead. And you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
The shot by Jordan, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. A three from Morris. It's hauled in by Brown.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Irving's shot is good.
Well, you've got to be conscious of where Irving is because he's consistent at getting the ball in the basket.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Harris is checked in for Brown. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Outside Leonard. 1:27 left in the first half of the game.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Irving attacking. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Irving finds Harris. From deep three-point range. Unable to get that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Jackson with it. Picked up by Harris. Here's Leonard. Outside for Rondo. Outside, George. Count the basket. George has got his second bucket.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
I know there's some teams out there that would prefer to just shoot their way out of a slump, but, you know, getting a few to drop from in close or inside the arc is often a good way to get your whole offense going.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Rondo against Irving. Here's Zubac. And yes, it's good. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Irving looking over the floor. Out to KD. And a close game so far through the first. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest deficit was 6 points in the opening period. They
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Durant, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. To the inside. Here's Leonard. The rebound by Harden.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
The Clippers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Rondo with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The shot by George, wide open. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Rondo against Harden for the lead. Nice D from Cousins. The Clippers in the lead. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. At the elbow, it's George. Outside Rondo. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. It's good. Leonard's got 10 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the rejection by Cousins. Brown the pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And this is what happens when you let Griffin establish position. He will make you pay.
The drive by Cousins, and that one drops. He's got 6.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Harden, and the shot goes in.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. Over Green, and it's Leonard missing. The Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Rondo drives in. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. Outside for Rondo. Clippers moving the ball around. Passes it to Leonard. Now here's Cousins. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Cousins has got 4 points this quarter. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Brown the pass to Harden. Back to Brown. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. With nobody on him. He buries the jumper. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, that's a scary look for the defense.
Harden can't hit. Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Kicks it out to Harden. It's stolen by Rondo. They push it up 4 on 3. Cousins, the pass to Leonard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Leonard's got 12.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Irving. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Beverley with the ball. He's picked up by KD. Out to Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender in rebounding.
Here is Harden. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Irving. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Now here's Beverley. Back to Zubac. The feed to Morris. Durant with the steal. It's deflected. Here's Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, overall now, in terms of defensive strategy, sending Jordan to the line is not as effective as it used to be. He's improved as a free throw shooter.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Los Angeles leading by 7. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Zubac finds Kennard. Back to Zubac. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Beverley the pass to Batum. And here is Zubac. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Kennard. The dish to Morris. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Nets trail by 7. Now Harden. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Kennard. Here's Zubac. Shots good by Kennard. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Batum. Got it. Good job in the low post. Batum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's KD. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Leonard, he's checked in for Batum. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Over in the corner, Zubac. Jackson kicks to George. Over in the corner, Zubac. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. And here's George for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And, you know, that's one of George's go-to shots. He's a 3-point shooter who spaces the floor well.
Harden outside. Harris trying to get free. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Jackson against Harden. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Out to the right wing. Zubac the pass to Morris. Just 4 to shoot. On the wing, George. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Nets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And here's Harden. Outside Jordan. Back to Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Outside Leonard. Again, Los Angeles.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
And so Los Angeles. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting... It's time for the NBA. GA...
Hey, Kevin. Whoop.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum.
Here we go.
Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for the Nets, we've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Irving. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And both these teams rely on low post offense, Doris, in a size-on-size matchup. What can make the difference?
Well, smart passing is one of the keys, Kevin. You have to be able to enter the ball into the low post in a way that puts that big in a position to score it. The ball's got to be moving. Can you get it side to side and get the ball inside at the appropriate time?
Now Durant. After the missed three from Damian Lillard.
Well, listen, you do the best you can to make Kevin Durant take tough shots. But this guy, lightning quick release, unbelievable shooter, so hard to guard him.
Now, here's Lillard. McCollum finds Nurkic. Beyond the arc. He can't hit that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Lillard against Harden, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
And even 3-on-3 break. Harris outside. The three. The putback. It's good on the putback.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
For Portland, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Keeps it alive, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Lillard, and it's blocked by Jordan.
This is not the guy you want in your zip code when the ball is going up. DeAndre Jordan twice on the pipes.
Harden against Lillard. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Drills the three-pointer.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Now, here is Harden. 6 points for him. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Off to a fantastic start. He's 4 for 5. Watch out.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Lillard against Harden. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Jordan. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 7. Oh, Covington in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, just incredible anticipation and hops by Robert Covington.
Harden kicks to Irving. Shoots over Covington. Here's Jordan. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. He has 6.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. And it's Lillard missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. No good on the triple.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
The shot's good from Irving.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the court for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Irving passes to Griffin. Nets passing it around. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
Simons surveying the D. And Jones has it in the corner. The pass to Simons. Fires the 3. The rebound by the Nets.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Anthony down low, guarded by Green.
You know, the ability to seize the opportunity, see the daylight, get that position, and Melo, one of the best to ever do it.
Here's Irving. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Anthony. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. His first shot coming late. Kanter, and Kanter able to finish.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Outside Irving. Passes it to Durant. A step-back shot here. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. KD's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Second shot opportunity. 6 to shoot. Jones for 3. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. That's leading by 11. It's Durant on the wing, defended by Jones, and that one good.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 13. 2 points. That one goes. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star
No
last year. You know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Covington finds Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. And another three for Portland.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Pass to Durant. Inside, Claxton. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Harden against Lillard. To the middle, stolen by Durant. And the jam by Harden. And it's an 11-point Nets lead. 12 seconds left in the first half. Lillard with it. In the corner, Powell with it. Over Harris. Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 10 points, 2 assists, and that should...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
They've got Kyrie Irving. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And the jam by Harden.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Lillard outside. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
It's good.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Powell. Drains it from 9 feet away. Powell's got his first basket.
Well, you don't want to see Norman Powell settling for outside looks. Love when he goes to work down deep.
Now Harden. He's got 14. Oh, goodness. Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. Trailblazers trail by 13. Lillard outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Down low, the kick out to Irving. A three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Covington into the lane. And that one drops for him. Covington's got his second basket of the game.
When Covington stays in control on his drives, he can be so effective on the move.
Stolen by McCollum. And here is Powell. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? KD against Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. A second chance effort. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Puts it up from 12. And again, it's Portland converting.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
On the wing, Harden. Covered by Lillard. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Lillard against Harden. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. And he drops it in from the low post. McCollum's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Irving looking for an opening. Durant wide open. He fires. No good with the triple. Trailblazers trail by 7. Here's Covington. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Covington's got 6.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
Here's Harden. Lillard with the rebound. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Covington dishes to McCollum. Pass to Nurkic. And stolen by Jordan. Nurkic with the steal. Here's McCollum. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
Good on both. Trailblazers trail by 4. There's 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, and even when the play isn't for him, Anthony able to get on the glass and on the scoreboard.
Now, here is Harden. 18 points for him. With 4 seconds on the clock, and it's good on the way in. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Nets lead by 4. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. Sweet move. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Brown. Griffin's got his first 2 points.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. That's tipped. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, this is Enes Kanter's comfort zone. At the rack in a hurry.
Nets leading by 4. Harden scanning the floor. And Harris wide open. He shoots off target from outside. And for Portland, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Harris against McCollum. Back to Jones. The Trailblazers rebound. The pass to Simons.
Switch.
Shot clock at 6, and it's McCollum in the corner. Shoots over Brown. Off target from the wing. The Nets shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And the jam by Harden.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
McCollum from deep three-point land. The rebound by Jeff Green.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Harden outside. In the corner, it's Harris. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. And a switch here also for Portland. Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. And here's Harris from the arc. Headshot off. And it's Portland the other way.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ballgame. After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
In the corner, Irving with it. Puts it up from 12. Buries the jump shot.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. The shot by Anthony, no good. Nets leading by 5. The drive by Green. Lobbed up there for Green.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Here's Lillard. Basket counts.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Harden against Lillard. Gets a hand on it, and Griffin stays with it.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Outside Irving. The 3. And Jones pulls it down. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 5-point game. Really left alone that time. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Harden the pass to Griffin. Outside Irving. From 15 feet away. And that one hits back iron. It's McCollum on the wing. Right wing. Lillard outside. Count it!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. The kick out to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Oh, Griffin in position. Right side, Jones. Yes!
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're behind by 3. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's made some shots here tonight, Kevin. He's been efficient from beyond, knocked down 5 triples. And when you've got a guy that steady from long range, it just...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3-slot. Now here's McCollum. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Lillard missing. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. McCollum kicks to Lillard. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Launches it. Lillard misses. Morris passes to Leonard. Outside for George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
McCollum outside. Back to Powell. Over George. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
And it's good for 2.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pulls up, high post. Powell finds Lillard. There's the triple. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Oh, my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Lillard attacking. Takes it out to Covington. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Lillard against Jackson. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's George, and Covington sends it back. The shot by Lillard, wide open. No good. That would have tied it. George against McCollum. And that one's good, George.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Lillard scanning the floor. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Lillard outside from downtown. But they recover it. Nurkic. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers leading by 5. Right side, Leonard. Deflects the pass. Covington with the steal. They get a hand on it. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Jackson's got the ball. And Covington sends it back to the inside. Foul. That's good.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Jackson passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
McCollum outside. Lillard outside. Good if it goes. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that concludes the first quarter. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got DeMarcus Cousins, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3. And Kanter able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Kennard. And Batum throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Simons surveying the D. A 3-ball. They get the rebound. The shot missing. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Man passes to Beverly. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Cousins. Here's Man. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And now Portland on the break. Cullen passes to Simons. Anthony dishes to Kanter. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Feeds to Batum. Oh, trying for it. Rondo kicks to Kennard. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 7. From outside the arc. He doesn't hit that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And love to see Lillard get the fast break going. He's a quick thinker with great hands.
Outside Rondo. Kennard on the wing. And the Clippers miss again.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Now here's Jones. Drops in the tray. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Rondo looking over the floor. Back to Beverly. Now the pass to Kennard. Here's Batum. Just 5 on the clock. Poked away.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Simons, the pass to Canner. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Now Beverly. Pass to Rondo. Over in the corner, Cousins. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cousins has got his first points in this one.
DeMarcus can play outside, but the paint is still where he makes his living.
Simons, the pass to Canner. Here's Simons. Back to Canner from deep. Batum grabs the miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Rondo passes to Cousins, and he makes that one. And it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead. Trailblazers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Lillard, the pass to Canner.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
But you know, this is where your patience is tested. If you shoot too quickly, you give your opponent a chance to close out the quarter.
Lillard from outside. The shot, no good. No good on the shot. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to... And that'll do it for our...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Now, here's Lillard. Anthony right side. Kicks it out to Lillard. Shoots over Leonard. The Clippers grab the miss.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Lillard misses.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Portland no good that time either.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Leonard kicks to Jackson. And the 3 off target.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can. That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
George with the ball. Now Covington defending. Zubats in the post. Working on Nurkic. Jackson passes to Morris. And again, no good by the Clippers.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime. Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. The dish to Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Inside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Covington's got 5.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
And George kicks to Zubats. Puts it up from 12. George with the bucket. He's got 8.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Back to Lillard. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half. Now has his second.
Zubats the pass to Jackson. Back to Zubats. Outside, George. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 3. Covington into the lane. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both shots good from the stripe. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the third. And here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And McCollum with the block. The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And he can't hit the second.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Shots good by Kennard.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
52 seconds left in the third. And a deep 3 from Lillard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Kennard kicks to Beverly. Covington against Batum. Good D by Covington. Portland trailing here. Cullen passes to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up. But it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Pass to Beverly. To the middle. Here's Cousins. And he banks in the layup. Cousins has got 6.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top, up by 2. And time for... We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. A 2-point game. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Luke Kennard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 3. High post, Zubats. Stolen by Cantor. Jumps up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Definitely. But this is the time when you want the momentum. Late is when you want to impose your will.
Here's man. Guarded by Powell. Kennard's shot is off.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Skilled, crafty. McCollum is a finely tuned scoring machine.
McCollum against Kennard. To the paint. Batum against Jones. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense, always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Here's Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. They double-team McCollum. Jackson against Lillard. Jones kicks to Nurkic. McCollum outside. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Back to Jackson. Uncovered. He can't get that one. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Cantor checked in for Nurkic. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Jackson. Pass to Powell. 6 to shoot. Bombs it up for Cantor.
And his teammates love it. Cantor taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
And George, here we go. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Leonard.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Lillard on top, guarded by Jackson. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Good on the shot.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Here's George. It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard attacking. Got it.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here now the Clippers. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the shot goes in.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Covington. Good work defensively by Morris.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
You know what? They're focused right now. Every possession has to yield points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
So he gets them both, and it's a three-point game.
You have to admire how calm he is under pressure at the free throw line in a key situation.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it. Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. Gets the first. That will put them up by 2.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Now off the inbound. Money!
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a three-point game. Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 3. 1 second left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
A shot by George, wide open, and the miss. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put